All right, man. Let's talk about Vergil Ortiz. Now he did a interview where he was talking about how he want to take on Jaron Ennis, Keith Thurman, Errol, Spence, Terence, Crawford. All right. Said he wouldn't fight any and everybody. Um, he wouldn't take on any and everybody. So my thing is this, dude. A lot of these fighters, of course, they say they'll fight anybody, any time, any place, and I believe a lot of them they will. But a lot of things got to be in place. But we already know his handlers not putting him in there with Jaron Ennis. We know his handlers not putting him in there. Keith Thurman handlers not putting him in there with Vergil Ortiz. So we talking about some shit that's unrealistic. The only realistic thing about he said was Terence Crawford. That's the only realistic thing that he spoke on. Terence Crawford. Crawford has got a mandatory in May 2023 that ain't nobody talking about. That's what it's mandatory do. Obviously, you get extension. Obviously, people say, well, we're not interested in watching it. We're not interested in fighting him just yet. And that could be the case. But, if they want to prepare for him to fight Terence Crawford, the best thing that they can do right now is by far, tell Terence Crawford, you know what, we want to get you active. Let's do a one fight deal. Let's do Alvarez. Let's do Blair Cobb, whoever it may be. Let's do it, right? And let's lay the parameters, so we don't have to have a purse bid for you and Vergil Ortiz in May. Now, if you turn around and you can make that Errol Spence fight, we'll gladly, let you go ahead, after this and make the Errol Spence fight. And if you want to come back, you win, you want to defend against Vergil Ortiz, we can make that happen too. That's pretty much what the conversation should be. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? We'll help you, kind of, protect your interests in there with negotiations with Al Heyman. I know your lawyer looked over everything, but we know we didn't work with Al. We know a couple potholes that you probably ain't even looking at. So we help you negotiate on your behalf, and then if nothing go right, then we can jump in there, do our region, jump in there after that, do the Vergil Ortiz fight. That's the only realistic thing that he said. Honestly, that's the only realistic thing that he said. All this other stuff, he said, I don't have anything solid yet. The hopes are the fight that I fight one more time this year. I really do hope so. I want to fight as many times as possible. If I don't get that, then I want to fight January. I want to fight as soon as possible. No potential opponent, no potential date. At this point, I'm staying ready for whatever. You have to ask my manager on that one. Said Vergil Ortiz when asked, what's the holdup? I don't want to say it is. It could be, but I don't know what they're thinking, said Ortiz, about whether his high KO ratio is scaring away opponents, potential opponents. There would be a lot of factors that are coming into play, but I don't know if he says it, then it's probably true. Ortiz Jr. said about Oscar De La Hoya working on a fight day for him. He said, I'm willing. He said, I'll fight anybody. I don't care if it's Boots, Ennis. I don't care if it's Keith Thurman. I don't care if it's Errol Spence or anybody or Terence Crawford. I really don't care. I would love to fight someone else. I don't care. He's a fighter. I don't think of him, said Ortiz when asked about his opinion on Jaron Ennis. If he fights, he fights. It's whatever. I've seen some of his fights. Yeah. What do I say? He's a good fighter. What I think don't matter to anyone. Oh, he's a hater. He's scared of him. I really don't care what people say. It's possible, said Ortiz, whether he could get a fight versus Errol Spence Jr. or Terence Crawford if their fights fails to happen. I haven't checked the rankings in a while. I'm probably still number one in a couple of them, so it's very possible. It's really close. Well, I don't really care what he says. So that's pretty much what he said, right? But we know him and Boots ain't we probably ain't gonna see that fight. They gonna probably go through the same shit Crawford and Spence going through right now. Boots ain't really headline like that yet, so he got a while to go. Jaron Ennis has been brought up a little bit. Vergil Ortiz been brought up a little bit better. A little bit tougher opponents, but Jaron Ennis making these dudes look easy. But signed to anybody major, even though he's affiliated with Al Heyman Premier Boxing Champions. But none of that's realistic, dude. Keith Thurman not fighting Vergil Ortiz. Jaron Ennis not fighting Vergil Ortiz right now. Um, only one that's actually realistic is Bud. That's the only actual one that's actually realistic. That's it. Because he don't have a home right now. It don't look like that fight gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that's realistic. So so um that's it. But any of those are good fights. He definitely can win any of them. I mean, he has a perfect KO ratio, knockout ratio. He's 100%. So his power gave him all the opportunities. He kind of remind you of a orthodox Spence. I just think he might seem like he just a little bit more explosive and maybe just a little bit more active at this point. Um, you know, Errol been at the weight a long time, so if he move up, you probably gonna see a lot. Probably won't see him that way, but Errol more polished. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, he can knock out any dudes. He hit Crawford, he hit Keith Thurman, he hit Jaron Ennis right, he hit Errol Spence right. He got the power. Um, he got the power. He can punch now. Dealing with some of that perpetual movement. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a whole different case. I think that perpetual movement might cause a couple problems for him. You know, but if he long as he you know long as he get in the gym with those type of guys, you know what I'm saying? As long as he get in the gym, that's the only way you gonna go really. He kind of match made with a few of them guys already too. There's kind of already kind of Brad Solomon in increments. He's already kind of did that. So, but yeah, he got to train with those type of guys. But his power is gonna keep him in there. His conditioning seems to be top notch too. So he got a lot of things that's that's working in his favor. You know what I'm saying? So I mean I think it's possible that what I'm saying he can I think it's possible that he could beat any of those guys. Honestly, would he be favored? By myself over any of them? Man, I would say I probably favor him over Keith Thurman at this point. I probably favor him over Keith Thurman. If I had to rank them, as far as the toughest, the worst. I mean, I think they all, Keith Thurman the easiest, just based on what he's shown so far. And kind of slippage and getting older and inactive. I would say after that's probably, I would just say Errol Spence, not because he the lesser Ennis or lesser Terence Crawford, because styles make fights, probably because they've been in the gym together. You know what I'm saying? He just know how Errol kind of work. And then I probably would say, I probably just say off the strength, I probably just go with Terence Crawford and Boots is a toss up. I probably just go Boots. I probably go Terence Crawford after that because he older fighter, and at any given point, I know he take care of himself. He can fall off a cliff at any given point. He's an older fighter. That's the reason that Jaron Ennis, young, spry, they both hungry. They both don't got that much scar tissue. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm kind of thinking. Them young dudes, they just, they don't know when to sit, lay, roll over, and when to chill out. You're gonna have to put them in those positions. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down, you're gonna have to put them in those positions. You're gonna have to put them in them positions. You're gonna have to force them. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. So, two young guys in there together, them old dudes, man, they got a lot of mileage on their body. They got a lot of mileage on their body. A tremendous amount of mileage. They high mileage vehicles. So That's why I'm gonna go with the old heads first. Then the young lion, the young whippersnapper. And that's my opinion. And that's my opinion. So but yeah, that's my opinion on it. But but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he seemed anxious. But we know the box. If the fighters got what they wanted, I mean, boxing to be a better place, especially if they was honest about what they want. You know what I'm saying? If they honest about what they want, then boxing to be in a lot better place. You know, so they really really wanted to make these fights, and they really really wanted to get down and do the damn thing, and really wanted to show it cool. They just don't want to talk about it. Shit, boxing to be riding shotgun, boxing to be riding shotgun. But we know that ain't the case. They can talk about what they want till they blue in the face. We know that ain't really how the game works. So it is what it is. I would love to see those fights. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, iPocket, Google Podcasts, and a few other places as well too. But other than that, man, appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.